I started my job at Pixar the month that Monsters Incorporated came out in theaters in the U.S. I got to go to the wrap party with the whole crew. It was a joy to be able to celebrate it with them and to realize, wow, I'm a part of this now. I get to work with these people, and if you've ever seen the atrium of Pixar, it kind of looks like the scare floor in Monsters Incorporated, so I felt like I worked at Monsters Incorporated, and as a result, the movie will always mean a lot to me.
I actually worked on the first film, so I've been at Pixar almost 20 years, and so 11 years ago I was celebrating the completion of Monsters Incorporated.
Monsters University! Anybody getting off? I'm officially a college student!
Early on, we got together with Pete Docter, the original director, and John Lasseter, and talked about, just tried to discover if there was a story here that we wanted to tell. In doing that, we decided that we wanted to tell a story that dove into the relationship of Mike and Sully a little more, and that's where the idea of doing a prequel, going back in time and seeing the moment where they actually met, occurred. In that meeting, I don't think there were too many other ideas. There might have been one or two thrown around, but nothing that interests us quite as much as the prequel did.
I think the job of the producer when you have a new director is to make sure that you're surrounding them with a really great leadership team, very experienced people in lead positions who can help teach them about the process, because most directors come with one specialty. For Pete, he was an animator. He spent a little time in story, but he was mostly an animator. Dan comes from story, and so they know those areas very, very well. And my job, is to make sure that I surround them with the right people in all of the other areas.
I've been waiting for this my whole life. I'm gonna be a scarer!
Okay, everyone, I'll be giving you your orientation on this perfect day!
Hey, hey, hey! Come join the improv club! Oh, man! I can't be late on the first day!
What was very challenging technically in this film was populating the world with so many varied characters. The models that had tentacles and wings and all the different body types that had to be animated differently, built differently. So that was kind of one of the big challenges that technologically we wouldn't have been able to do during the Monsters, Inc. time 12 years ago.
We couldn't include everyone as much as we love those characters, and we also didn't want to make the world seem too small by having everyone at the university. We tried different things here or there, but all the appearances from characters, Monsters, Inc. characters, had to work their way into the story.
We were inspired by Berkeley. We went to visit a number of schools in the United States, and Berkeley was one of them. So we definitely took some inspiration from that school as well as all the others. But it wasn't a complete rendering of that school. We wanted to make the campus of Monsters University something that would be recognizable for everybody. We wanted everyone to watch and say, oh, I've been on a school and it looked like that. I've been at university and it looks like my school.
Wazowski, room 319. You know, your roommate is a scaring major, too.
RJ, come here, boy. Uh-oh. Whoa! That was awesome. James P. Sullivan.
Mike Wazowski. Well, now that we've been introduced...
I have to imagine that the prequel is slightly more difficult just because you are trying to... You have to tell a story that is unpredictable, even though the audience knows the ending.
But as a result, we came up with a story where knowing the ending was a good thing up front, where we wanted you to know that things weren't going to work out for Mike as you're learning how much it means to him. We felt that that's where the tension came from, and that was a big part of our story, was heading toward an ending that you almost didn't want to see happen. And then the question becomes, well, when this happens, how is it going to be okay? How is it going to feel for Mike?
Right.
So I don't think just any story lends itself to being a prequel, but I think that this one did.
Right.
You don't think I'm scary.
You're not even in the same league with me.
Your hands are as big as my face!
That is crazy!
Chad, calm down.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna scare circles around you this year.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, scary.
Have fun, kids. I'll just be here listening to my tunes.
We do, near the end of the film, when Mike and Sully go into the human world, we have a sense that it's a reverse horror movie. We made great pains to make it feel like when these monsters are in the human world, it's like a monster movie. The humans are kept dark and intimidating. The world is, the saturation of the color is sucked out. We did everything to really make you feel like if you were a monster, seeing a human would be like seeing a monster.
The answer is C. A bowl of spiders. Correct.
I am gonna wipe the floor with that little know-it-all.
Scariness is the true measure of a monster.
Don't go in there. It's dangerous.
Open the door! What are you doing up there? I can't go back to jail!
I think photoreal is a choice that has become more available in computer animation, and again, you might see more of it just because we can do it. But again, I think it's really up to the director and the story that they want to tell that determines what the visualization is going to be or needs to be. It's not out of the question, I don't think, but nothing that we're talking about recently or right now. We kind of have the way that we work and the software that we use for animation. But I think if there was a director who had a story that he wanted to tell, and motion capture was a necessary part of that, I don't think we would discount it. I don't think we're not saying no, we wouldn't ever use it. But I don't know of any plans to in the near future.
Seatbelts.
Okay, go!
Does anyone want gum?
Just drive! He's like a mountain with fur! I don't even work out.
Yeah, me neither. I don't want to get too big.